Is Shoreline slipping off of Seattle homebuyers' radar? Home prices here are plateauing, inventory is tight, and nearby suburbs are outpacing us in both price growth and buyer activity. So, is Shoreline still a good place to buy, or is it falling behind? I'm Seattle Realtor Emily Cressey with HomeProAssociates.com at Keller Williams, and today we are doing a full spring deep dive into the Shoreline housing market with a side-by-side look at how Shoreline compares to nearby cities like Bothell, Kenmore, and Linwood. I live here, and if you live here or are thinking of moving, this is the update that you need. So let's start with home values. In March, Shoreline's median sales price hovered around $850,000, which is essentially flat year over year. In terms of median sales price, Shoreline tends to be closer to Linwood than it does to be closer to Bothell, which is interesting since I think Shoreline's a very convenient location to downtown Seattle. But we can see, even though it's shot up in the spring, it is in the lower end of what we're seeing as far as homes selling, which is an indication of the desirability of the location. And obviously, Kenmore is pretty up and down. I attribute that primarily to low sales volume there, just not as much data to look at. So while Shoreline is still a desirable suburb, we are seeing more aggressive price growth and competition in cities just a few minutes east. And I think this is probably due to the whole Seattle versus Bellevue discrepancy, where Bellevue is becoming the hot spot where more people want to buy and more price growth is happening. And Seattle continues to struggle with homelessness and drugs. You've been downtown, tent cities, those types of things. And I would say that I was hopeful that the light rail coming through would give us a bigger boost than it seems to have done. Looking at Shoreline's price per square foot, we see it's also sitting at the lower end compared to nearby cities, signaling possible values here for budget-conscious shoppers. If that's you, that could be the thing you've been waiting for. If you're selling, it's maybe not such good news. So now let's talk about how busy the market is. We are seeing fewer showings per pending sale in Shoreline. This is trending down. And so that means buyers are making decisions faster, or in some cases, it may mean that fewer buyers are competing for each listing. I've had homes that 20 people have come to look at and have multiple offers, and then I've had homes where it's just a few. Usually on average, we say we need about 10 people to come through a property to find one who wants to make us an offer and buy the home. The dollar volume of closed sales has also dipped, especially compared to booming cities like Bothell, but inventory remains extremely tight here, which is good. And that means we are firmly still in a seller's market. Homes here are still selling quickly, under 10 days on average, and most are closing at or above asking price, which is great. The median sales to price ratio is near 100%. So it's not that the market is weak, it's just that it's moving in a more measured way, and it's not as strong as some of the markets to the east, Kenmore, Bothell, Kirkland, etc. So why is this happening? What is behind this kind of pause in the Shoreline market? I have a few theories. Number one, buyers may be chasing newer homes in Bothell and Kenmore, which is where more recent new construction is taking place. There are affordability ceilings in Shoreline that could be slowing growth. There's less wiggle room to push prices up when buyers are already maxed out on budgets. And remember, part of Bothell is in Snohomish County. It's a little farther away, a little more rural. There are horses there, etc. And we have seen a little hesitation this spring with all of the new administration and the presidency making big changes in the economy that can definitely slow people down or make buyers a little bit more hesitant. With mortgage rates in the mid 6% and just that economic uncertainty, buyers are more selective. Shoreline has more established housing stock, and it might be not as exciting, as well marketed, as new and fancy as elsewhere. I certainly have a lot of buyers that tell me they want to buy something 10 years old or newer, but we don't have as many of those types of homes in the Shoreline area. And I do think, I'm hopeful that the connectivity from the light rail will add interest and, increasing values over the long run. But remember, a lot of that new construction that's coming in there, they're going for higher density. So they are putting in townhomes and condos and apartments rather than single family homes, which would be at a higher price point. So what does this mean for you? Buyers, this could be a window of opportunity. Shoreline is not in frenzy mode right now, but homes are still moving quickly. And if you're looking for walkability, access to Seattle, and better value per square foot than on the east side, Shoreline is worth a serious look. Sellers, yes, it's still a seller's market, but you need to be sharp. Homes that are well priced and prepped for the market are selling fast and for top dollar, but overpricing or being lazy and kind of not fixing up the home, saving money on that home improvement before the sale can leave you chasing the market if you're not willing to take a price cut compared to the fixed up homes next door. This is not 2021 booming, buyers are being a little bit more picky. They don't have the money to fix up stuff that you don't want to fix up. So looking ahead, I expect Shoreline to benefit from regional growth, especially with the infrastructure improvements like the Linwood Light Rail extension now being all the way built out and open. And I think that will keep this area desirable, especially for commuters who want easy access to downtown Seattle without Bellevue level pricing. So whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Shoreline remains a solid long-term bet, but just don't expect fireworks right now because that is not what we're getting. If you want to talk strategy for your home or investment in Shoreline or nearby areas, reach out anytime. I'm Seattle Realtor Emily Cressey with HomeProAssociates.com at Keller Williams, Greater Seattle. And I will be back next month with more data, more insights, and continuing to be your guide navigating the ever-changing Seattle real estate market. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can also subscribe to my email newsletter where I share weekly insights on what's going on. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.